I already reviewed a knockoff of his father, and now it is time to review the son. Is this figure any good? Let's find out. Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video we're gonna take a look at a knockoff of Storm Collectibles Baki Hanma that I got from AliExpress. As mentioned, I've already reviewed Yukiro in a separate video, so in case you're interested in that one, check it out. Link is in the video description. I got both figures for under 40 euros, so it was a good deal. Yukiro turned out surprisingly good, and I hope that Baki will be the same. So without further ado, let's get started. First, a quick look at the packaging. It's practically a copy of the original box with a Storm Collectibles logo down here. We have a window showing the figure and some of the accessories. We have this big illustration of Baki in a fighting pose with a smile on his face. On the side of the box we have another illustration of Baki. Back of the box is very dark, but it shows the figure in few different action poses and highlights all included head sculpts. Other side of the box shows the same image of Baki that we saw on the front, but now we see his full body. Logo of the show is on the top and warnings on the bottom. So now let's open it up and let's take a look at the figure. Here is Baki out of the box, and I'm happy to say that he looks really good. Now, same as with Yukiro, I don't have the original figure to compare, but based on what I saw online, this guy is very similar to the real thing. This KO has a nice skin tone with shading that makes the sculpt of the muscles pop up even more, and I like that. Plastic doesn't feel cheap, there is some weight to the figure, and the overall sculpt looks sharp, while the paint job looks clean. Joints are nice and sturdy, nothing is loose or tight. Unlike his dad, Baki is around 17 centimeters tall, and in comparison with your other 112 figures, he is tall, but Yukiro is even taller. He is around 19 centimeters tall. But this body sculpt is really nice. I feel like even if you don't know much about this show like me, this will still be a nice custom body that is worth getting. Taking a closer look at the details, here is how the default head looks. It is well painted, there is no misprint here, but for some reason I'm not a fan of this neutral face. I don't know what it is, maybe something about the eyes. I'm not sure. He does come with few other more action-oriented heads that look better to me, and we'll see them in a moment, but this default one is the weakest one for me. But it's all well done. Hair is nicely sculpted and even has some shading. Chest piece is made out of a softer plastic. He has his six-pack, and here is how his back looks. Here is a closer look at the arms and his legs. He has soft goods shorts that are nicely made, but a little bit of red has transferred on the white part. Baki has scars all over his body, and they are sculpted and painted in. But if you pay a closer attention, you will see that some of them are misprinted, mostly on the torso and arms. But it's not a big deal. After all, it's a KO. Overall, it's a very nice copy, and so far I'm satisfied with it. Let's now take a look at his accessories. You get a pair of wrist joints in case you break the ones that are on the figure. He comes with 3 alternate head sculpts, and all of these are full head sculpts. They are not faceplates that you swap out, and these to me look better than the neutral one that is on the body. We have like a smiling face expression, and then an angry grinning teeth expression, and then his screaming yelling face expression, and all 3 of these look fairly good. I would say that maybe on the screaming one the teeth could have been painted maybe slightly better, but it's not a big issue. All 3 of these look really good. The hair sculpt is practically the same on all of them, and all of these have also some shading, so that is great. He comes with a total of 5 pairs of hands. We have a pair of fisted hands already on the figure, another pair of fisted hands, but these are in a slight different position, a pair of relaxed hands, a pair of open hands, and a pair of gripping hands. That's it, that's all that you get in this set. Switching out the hands should be fairly easy. They pop off and they are made out of a softer plastic. And let's put on one of his open hands. You need to twist them a little bit so that the peg can work itself inside of the rubbery hand, and yeah, as you can see, this works perfectly and looks good. But when switching out the heads, here is an issue that is a pain in the ass. This rod piece always comes out with the head. It is stuck in there, so you should heat up the plastic and remove this. like that. But the real issue here is to put this back into the torso. Because of the way that the inside is engineered, you can see that the peg hole inside of the torso is not all that well aligned with the opening on the neck. So that can be really frustrating, a real pain in the ass. We can separate the torso like this, and here you can see the inner workings, the mechanism, and you can slightly tilt this piece and try to align that peg with the opening of the neck and try to push this into that socket. But again, that is a real pain in the ass because it's difficult to put it back into that peg hole. You will have to press it hard, and now it is connected. So you can see that that piece is a floating piece. It's not all that well connected with the torso, or I should maybe say the torso is a floating piece and this mechanism is connected to both arms, and then this rod goes up into the head. But again, I'm just saying that even with heating up the plastic, even with heating up the head, I still had this same issue. Just keep that in mind. It's not all that of a big issue. It can be fixed. As you see, I did this in front of the camera practically, but I just wanted to show you guys that this issue is there. I'm not sure if it's like that on the original. I truly doubt that. That can be an issue, a challenge for some of you guys. So just keep in mind that something like this could happen. Let's give him his angry head. There we go. And this is how that looks. Let's now take a look at his articulation. The head on that small ball joint gives you a nice range of movement. I would say much better than Yujiro. That can be also because of the way that the hair is sculpted. Yujiro has much longer hair, but if you saw that review, then you know that Yujiro can't even look down. So that's an issue, but this guy can look down this much, up slightly. You get a little bit of side-to-side tilt, and the head rotates 360. He has a decent butterfly joint, and this is how far the arms can go across his chest. This is how far they go across his back. This is how far they go back. They rotate 360. We have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, a swivel in the wrists, and a hinge in all directions. We have two cuts in the torso, and this is where we'll get our side-to-side rotation and a nice side-to-side tilt. He bends forward this much, back this much. This is how far legs move out, then forwards and back. We have a tie cut, double jointed knee, a swivel in the ankles, feet bend forward this much, back all the way. We have a toe joint and a nice ankle pivot. So because of the movement in the head and in the butterfly joints, I would say that Baki has a slightly better articulation than Yujiro. Let's now compare this guy to some other figures. We already saw this comparison, but here he is again next to Yujiro. Here is how he scales with Marvel Legends X-Men 97 Wolverine and Symbiote Suit Spidey. Here he is next to Star Wars The Black Series, Darth Vader and Imperial Stormtrooper. Here is how he scales with Mafex Classic Suit Spider-Man and Daredevil. Here he is with the SH Figuarts Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man and Sentinel Peter B. Parker. Here he is with AliExpress knockoff of Amazing Yamaguchi, Revoltech 2.0 Deadpool and City Toys Agent Venom. Here is how he scales with City Toys Brown Suit Wolverine and The Amazing Spider-Man. And then to see how he scales with some larger figures, here he is with Masters of the Universe Cartoon Collection, Skeletor and Revelation He-Man. Here he is with NECA TMNT Movie Raphael and Cartoon Leonardo. Here is how he scales with NECA Feral Predator and Savage Crucible Veteris Repax. And finally, here is how he scales with YOLO Park AMK Pro Series, Optimus and Starscream. So there you go. That was my review of Storm Collectibles Baki Hanma knockoff from AliExpress. Same as Yujiro, this guy turned out to be great. There are some issues with the engineering of the interior of the torso. That can be frustrating, so always heat up the plastic when you are swapping the heads, and as you saw, that issue can be solved. But other than that, this is a really good knockoff. Joints are nice, articulation is great, and you can get the figure in all kinds of action poses. I should also point out that there is a new version of this figure coming out. You can find it on places like AmiAmi for around 30 bucks plus shipping and import charges. This KO was around 20 euros shipped, so it's good that you have options. It's always better to get the original, of course, but in case you can't, this KO is also good, so I do recommend it. But these were all just my thoughts, and now I would love to hear yours. What do you think about this Baki KO? Do you plan on getting it for your collection? Let me know all of it down in the comments. In case you do plan on picking up this copy, link for where I got it is in the video description. A huge thank you to my Patreon and channel members for their support. support. If you can also join and help, please do so. Links are in the video description. And of course, to all of you guys, thank you for watching, thank you for being here with me, and I'll see ya in the next video.